Now we'll discuss the problems on independence. Okay. So what is independence? When we want to check whether two events are independent or not, we need to check this condition. Probability of A intersection B should be equal to probability of A into probability of B. Then we say that those two events are independent. Otherwise, those two events are not statistically independent. Okay. So see this problem. Here it is given the resistance values, okay, and their tolerance. This problem we have discussed already. Okay. So how many resistance we have totally? 22 ohm resistance are 24, 47 ohm resistance are 44, 100 ohm resistance are 32. Total number of resistance is having 100. Okay. And resistance with the 5% tolerance we have 62. The resistance with the 10% tolerance we have 38. Okay. Now, A, what is event A? Draw a 47 ohm resistor. Okay. What is event A is draw a 47 ohm resistor. Can you tell me what is probability of A now? What is probability of A now? What is probability of A now?
47 by 100.
47 ohm resistance. How many we have totally? 47 ohm
4.
resistance. 44.
47.
44.
44.
So what is probability of A is 44 by 100.
100.
Okay. And what is the probability of draw a resistor with 5% tolerance? What is the probability of B? Can you tell me what is probability of B? Draw a resistor with 5% tolerance. How many resistance we have with the 5%
62
tolerance?
by 100.
Yeah, very good. It is
62
62
by
by
100.
100. Okay. So these two are the events marked. What is first event? Draw a 47 ohm resistor and draw a resistance with 5% tolerance. Okay. Now C is also defined as draw a 100 ohm resistance. What is the probability of C? Can you tell me? What is probability of C is 32.
100
32
by
by 100.
Yeah,
32
it is
by 100.
yeah, it is 32 by 100. Okay. So probability of C is 32 by 100. Okay. So this we have already discussed. What is probability of A, probability of B, probability of C. What is probability of A is drawing 47 ohm resistor. Probability of B is drawing a resistor with 5% tolerance. Probability of C is drawing a resistor with 100 ohm. Okay. Now we find out what is A intersection B. Okay, what is A intersection B? A resistor with 47 ohm and 5% tolerance. What is that probability? Can you tell me? A resistance with
28.
yeah,
28 by 100.
it is 28 by 100. Okay, so A intersection B is 28 by 100. Okay, similarly, one second. Similarly, A intersection C ma. So that is 47 ohm and 100 ohm. A intersection C is not possible, no? It is equal to 0. Whereas B intersection B, B intersection C, B is 5% tolerance and C is 100 ohm resistance. B is 5% tolerance and C is 100 ohm resistance. How many resistance we have totally? So it is 24.
24.
So it is 24 by 100. Yes or no? It is 24 by 100 here. So B intersection C is 24 by 100. These are the values we got. Now we need to check whether A and B, A and C, B and C are independent or not. Okay. So A intersection B is equal to what? We got 28 by 100. Okay. Probability of A and probability of B also we found separately. Okay. So for substitute probability of A and probability of B, we got the value is equal to, see here, it is 0.273, whereas probability of A intersection B is 0.28. Since these two are not equal, so A and B are not independent. Okay. Similarly, A intersection C is 0. So you know that any two events cannot be both mutually exclusive and statistically independent. If two events are mutually exclusive, they cannot be statistically independent. Okay, this we have discussed when we have discussed about the theory of independences or not. And we also see this B intersection C, we got it as, what is the value we got? 0.24. And whereas probability of B into probability of C, we got it as 0.198. Since these two are not equal, Again, B and C are also not independent. Okay. And finally, what is that we will be checking? We are checking whether these three events are independent. In the previous case, here you see, in the previous case, what is that we are checking? We are checking whether these events are independent by pairs. Okay, so these are the cases we check whether these events are independent by pairs. Okay, now since we have totally three events, we will be checking whether these events are independent by triplet. Okay, so what is triplet? Probability of A intersection B intersection C should be equal to probability of A into probability of B into probability of C. If it is not equal, okay, then these are not statistically independent by triplet also and by pairs also. Okay, so is it clear? This is very simple problem. Any doubts here? So what is the question here? List the various equations that four events A1, A2, A3 and A4 must satisfy if they are to be statistically independent. Okay. So in the theory we have discussed that if we have n events, so how many conditions these events should satisfy for the events to be statistically independent is 2 power n minus 1. So here we have four events, 2 power 4 minus 4 minus 1. So totally we have how many conditions to be satisfied? Totally conditions will be 11 conditions. This event should be satisfied for the events to be statistically independent. Okay. So since we have four events, initially the event should be independent by pairs. Okay, so the event should be independent by pairs, that is A1 intersection A2 should be equal to what? Probability of A1 into probability of A2, and see like that. We have to check the events should be independent by pairs. Okay, A1 A2, A1 A3, A1 A4, A2 A3, A2 A4, and similarly A3 A4. Okay, so the event should be statistically independent by pairs. Then that is A3, A4. Then after that, the events are statistically independent by pairs. The event should be independent by triples. Okay, so that is A1, A2, A3. Okay, what are the three possible conditions we have without repetition? Okay, all that conditions we have to write. A1, A2, A3, A1, A2, A4, A1, A3, A4, A2, A3, A4. Okay, then these are the four triplets possible. And finally, the event should be statistically independent by considering all four events. That is, probability of A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 intersection A4 should be equal to probability of A1 into probability of A2 into probability of A3 into probability of A4. Like this, we have totally 11 equations. These are the 11 conditions. So if these 11 conditions are satisfied, then all these four events are statistically independent. Let us discuss this problem here. Given that two events A1 and A2 are statistically independent, show that A1 is independent of A2 complement, A1 complement is independent of A2, and A1 complement is independent of A2 complement. This is one of the property of events, yes or no? So we have to show this. A1 is independent of A2 complement, A1 complement is independent of A2, A1 complement is independent of A2 complement. Okay. So to do this, just see here. What is the first condition? First condition is given that A1 is independent of A2 complement. Okay. If two events are independent, first what we'll be doing, we have to find out A1 intersection A2 complement should be equal to A1 probability of A1 into probability of A2 complement. Yes or no? So first we will be find out what is probability of A1 into probability of A2 complement. Whether it is equal to probability of A1 intersection A2 complement. If it is equal to A1 intersection A2 complement, then it is these two events are statistically independent. Okay. Now probability of A1 into probability of A2 complement can be written as probability of A1. How do you write probability of A2 complement? Probability of A2 complement can be written as 1 minus probability of A2. because you know that probability of A2 plus probability of A2 complement is equal to 1. Okay, so because we know that, see here, probability of A2 plus probability of A2 complement is equal to 1. Okay, this is one of the important property in set theory, yes or no? This we have discussed in the class and we also proved this. So from this, probability of A2 complement will be equal to 1 minus probability of A2. Okay, now we just multiply this. This can be written as probability of A1 minus probability of A1 into probability of A2. And it is given that in the problem A1 and A2 are independent. Okay, so since A1 and A2 are independent, what is probability of A1 into A2 ma? What is probability of A1 into A2? Since A1 A2 are independent, probability of A1 into probability of A2 will be equal to what? Probability of A1 intersection A2. Okay, so now you see here we got probability of A1 minus probability of A1 intersection A2. So what is this? This is probability of A1. Okay, and this one, okay, this is the intersection part. What you get? You get A1 minus A2. We will be getting A1 minus A2. So what is A1 minus A2? How do you write A1 minus A2? A1 minus A2 can also be written as A1 intersection A2 complement. Okay, yes or no? What is A1 ma? This is your A1 no? What is A2 complement? Other than A2 means this portion is also not there. See, other than A2, you should not consider this complete A2. Other than A2, whatever portion we have, okay, that is your A2 complement. This is your A2 complement. If you find out intersection, we will be getting A1 minus A2. Okay, so that is nothing but A1 intersection A2 complement. Okay, so from Venn diagram, we will be seeing that, okay, we have seen that probability of A1 minus probability of A1 intersection A2 is nothing but, okay, probability of A1 intersection A2 complement. Okay, so this is also proved like this here. How do you write A1? A1 can be written as A1 my intersection A2 complement, just now we have discussed, union A1 intersection A2. So that A1 intersection A2 complement is nothing but A1 minus A2. Okay, union A1 intersection A2 intersection A2. So that it will include complete A part. Okay, now use your axiom number 3, if two events are mutually exclusive, probability of union of those two events will be equal to sum of the probabilities of individual events. So it can be written as, what is that? Probability of A1 intersection A2 complement plus probability of A1 intersection A2. Okay. So what is this? This is nothing but probability of A1. So the left side is probability of A1. Okay. And okay, so the right side, what we get, we will be using this, since you have union, no, since we have union, we'll be using joint probability anyway. This, because of joint probability, this intersection part is 0. So probability of union of two mutually exclusive event will be equal to sum of probability of individual event. So it is probability of first event. What is your first event is this one, plus probability of second event. Now we substitute this equation. We substitute this equation in the see here, in the second equation. Okay, so if you substitute that in the second equation, we will be getting what? Okay, A1 intersection A2 will get cancelled, so that we will be getting probability of A1 intersection A2 complement plus probability of A1 intersection A2, no? So here in the place of that, we will be getting, see here, probability of A1 minus probability of A1 intersection A2. Okay, in the place of probability of A1 intersection A2, we will be substituting this. Okay, So that we will be getting probability of A1 minus probability of A1 intersection A2 complement. So probability of A1 will get cancelled. So from this equation what we got, probability of A1 intersection A2 complement will be equal to probability of A1 into probability of A2 complement. Okay. Since this satisfies this equation, these two events are statistically independent. Okay. Similar way we have to satisfy the other two conditions.